Hi, Adrienne here. Welcome. Today I thought that I would just share a quick 20 to 30 minute workout that you can do in the middle of your day. You might get sweaty, so this might not be the best thing if you have to be like super presentable afterwards. But it's also not going to be like a crazy HIIT workout or anything like that. So you definitely could take a break, do this workout, kind of freshen up a little bit, and then go back to work. That's sort of the idea of it. I have found that breaking up my workday with a little bit of cardio really makes a big difference in my energy level and my ability to focus for the rest of the day. So I'm definitely going to be incorporating some cardio. And I also am always a big fan of strengthening the core, especially for those of us who are sitting at a desk on a computer a lot of the time. It's really important that we have that nice, good, strong core support so that we can have good posture and continue to take care of our bodies while we're sitting and working away at the computer. I'm going to also include some dynamic stretching, which is great for releasing tension. And, I'm going to try to fit this all into under 30 minutes. And it's 12:31 right now. So my goal is to be done by 1 o'clock. And this is great. If you have an hour lunch break, you can do this workout and then eat your lunch and get back to work. So if you are ready, please join me. I have a mat and a chair, and that's it. That's all you really need. If you don't have a chair available, you can also use like a countertop or a wall. We're really just using it for balance. And so with all that, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to begin with just marching in place. So hands at hips, marching in place. Belly button is pulling in and up. And we're just kind of keeping it simple for now, just starting to move the body, getting some blood flowing through the legs. And then we're going to begin to articulate this a little bit more by lifting up the knee a little higher and pointing through the toe. And as you do this, pulling the navel up and in so that you can really feel the core working to lift each leg. And then you can keep your hands at your hips if you'd like, or if you want to start bringing a little more energy into the upper body, we're going to reach the arms overhead. And I like to exhale each time I lift the leg. It reminds me to breathe. And it's really helpful for engaging the abdominals. And then if you'd like a little more, pull down. So now we're really incorporating the arms and the upper abs. And bring the arms to the side. Opening the chest. And you're going to feel this a little bit more in your biceps as the arms come to the side. And then bringing the arms together. So bringing the forearms in towards each other as you lift the leg. Now we're getting into the upper back and the triceps. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend your left leg, reach your right arm, pull across the body, elbow and knee, elbow and knee, elbow and knee, pull. So now we're getting a little bit more into the obliques. Your standing leg is slightly bent, and we're not bouncing. We're just nice and steady and using those stabilizer muscles in the standing leg to support us. Lots of core control. Picking up the tempo, maybe adding the other arm. And now it's more of a full arm movement rather than just an elbow. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. Reach, starting with the elbow, pull. Pull. So getting the articulation of the movement first, being aware of how your body is feeling, noticing if anything feels a little wonky. And starting to pick up the pace. Maybe adding the other arm and pulling both arms straight down. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Big wide second position. Toes turn out. So that just basically means taking up some space on your floor or on your mat. We're going to plie down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale down. From here, we're going to twist. Take the right shoulder across toward the left knee. Stretching behind that right shoulder. Breathe. Try to keep your hips centered. And then switch. Left shoulder goes across towards the right knee. Try to breathe into that space behind your left shoulder. Good. Come back to center. Arch, and then roll yourself all the way up. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to the center of the chest. Come back down. Pressing the palms into one another here. Pull the knees back a little bit. Imagine there's a wall behind you supporting you. And then just start to pulse. Little tiny pulses up and down. You're active through the arms here. So you're pressing the palms into one another. As you're activating through the arms, it helps to open the chest and send the shoulder blades down the back. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left shoulder to the left thigh, right arm reaches overhead, side body stretch. Good, and to the other side. Good, and then back to center, both arms out. We're going to circle the arms forward. Little tiny circles. And circle the arms back. Good, goalpost the arms. You're going to come all the way up. And then as you come down, you're going to bring the arms together. Come up open. Come down, squeeze together. And since we're not using any weights or bands or anything here, you have to kind of create that tension for yourself with your upper body. So imagine that you're moving your arms through something kind of thick and sticky. So you have to really apply a lot of effort. And you can feel that activation as you squeeze the arms together. If you really apply that intention, you can feel it spreading from behind the shoulders, going down the triceps, and into the forearms. So you can really get a great workout for your entire body without any weights or props or anything. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to stay here. You're going to flip your palms to face your face, and then you're just going to lift your elbows up an inch and then down, up, down, up, down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up. Inhale. This time, lift your heels and parallel your feet. Exhale, fold forward. Hands come under the shoulders. Find a flat back. Lift your kneecaps up, and then reach the top of your head toward the floor. Keep your spine long. And you can shake your head no, and nod your head yes. And then take your left hand under your face and reach your right arm to the sky for a twist, opening up from the waist so the hip stays centered. You're twisting from the waist and opening up that right armpit. And release. So left side, same thing. Open, twisting from the waist, hips stay neutral. And release. We're going to sway side to side here, so dropping into the right hip and then the left hip. You can keep your hands on the ground for support. That does require a little bit more flexibility in the hips. You can also take your hands to your thighs and come up a little higher. The next layer is going to be to reach the arms out to the side. This is going to take a lot of core strength. Slide that chair over a little. And the last layer I'm going to offer is a twist. See how my back is staying nice and long as I twist here, and I'm twisting from the waist. So we don't want to feel anything in the low back. We want to really be engaging the core and keeping the spine long as we twist. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pivot around and frame that right foot now so that you're in a runner's lunge. You're on the ball of your left foot. Press the back of that left leg up toward the ceiling. Adding a twist, reach your right arm to the sky, open the chest, hug your inner thighs towards each other. Peel that right shoulder open. Release. From here, step your left foot forward and your right foot back and just switch. So hang out kind of low here for a moment. Press the back of the right leg up toward the ceiling and then add that twist. And release, and we're just going to switch and switch. So you step into plank, and then you bring your right foot forward, you step into plank, and then you bring your left foot forward. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. 2 more, right, left, last time, right, left. Hold plank. If you need to, you can always drop your knees down. Press back, downward facing dog. Press the chest toward the thighs. Let the spine be long. Release through the crown of the head. Send the heels down towards the ground. Shoulder blades away from the head. Pressing palms firmly into the mat. Let your body reset here. Good, then step your right foot forward to the outside of your right hand for a lizard lunge. You can keep your hands on the ground here and just stay in this position. Think about lengthening the front of your left hip and allow your right knee to come out a little bit. You can even open to the pinky side of that foot. Maybe press that thigh away for a twist. You'll notice I like to add lots of layers. These are always optional. If you're still working on this is beautiful. Stay here. If you know that your body is pretty comfortable in this position and you want to try something new, try the twist. The third layer I'm going to offer is to reach around and take hold of the left foot or ankle. And you'll feel a nice stretch in the quad, also in that right shoulder. Okay, slowly release. Curl your left toes under, lift your left kneecap, step back to plank, and then we're just going to go left foot forward, back. Kind of like we did before, but now we're stepping it to the outside of the hand. And if your flexibility does not allow you to get your foot all the way up there, that's okay. Just kind of bring it to wherever it can land. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left foot stays forward. Lizard lunge on this side. Okay. So yeah, a little sweaty, but not terrible, right? It's about as bad as it gets. And you can hang out here. Think about lengthening the front of the right hip. Maybe you press that left leg away, finding that twist. Or perhaps you take the bend. Be honest with yourself and choose what feels best for you. And that can be different on different days. Slowly release. Curl your right toes under, lift your right kneecap, step forward to Malasana squat pose. Deep breath in through the nose. Let it go through the mouth. We're going to inhale, rise to stand like we're sliding up an imaginary wall, and exhale, slide back down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, down. The sun came out, as you can see. It's very backlit in here, so I apologize for that, but I am extremely happy that the sun came out. Inhale up, and exhale down. Inhale up, and exhale down. 2 more. Inhale up, and exhale down. Last time, inhale up, and exhale down. Pause here. And we're going to rock and roll. So we're going to roll back, and then try to come back to the squat. It's going to take a little bit of time to figure this one out if you haven't done it before. It requires a lot of core control to pull yourself back through to that squat. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause here and breathe. We're going to mix those two up. If it feels like too much to mix them up, you can just choose one or the other. So you could either stay with the rolls or stay with the rising and coming back down. So mixing it up. Very low impact, but very high energy. It's not necessarily going to look graceful. Four more. Remember, if this is too much, you can also just go back to holding Malasana, or just doing the rolls, or just doing the coming up and coming down. Just one more after this. Beautiful. From here, we're going to come into a boat pose. So starting out, holding on behind the thighs, I want you to really focus on lifting your chest and lengthening your spine. You can flex or point your toes, whatever feels right for you, but keep your legs active. And then we're going to try extending the right leg, bring it back in, extending the left leg, bring it back in. Maybe both, and back in. You can keep alternating, or you can do both. And if your legs don't go straight, that's okay. You can just kind of extend to wherever they will go. For 3, 2, 1. Woo, soles of the feet together, knees open wide. I'm going to stretch out the groin area, the hip flexors. So holding on to either your shins, your ankles, or your feet. Let your elbows come wide. And then just allow your chest to come down towards your feet, keeping the back long. Eventually releasing the head. Breathing into the back side of the body. Softening your knees towards the ground. Good, and then coming back up. We're going to bring the knees together, extend the legs forward. Move the fleshy parts away from the sitting bones. Sit up tall. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward here. Again, breathing into the back side of the body, but this time really opening through the backs of the legs. You can press the backs of the legs down into the earth to help them open. Leading with your chest, inhale, get a little longer. And exhale, come over a little more. Good. Slowly coming back up. We're going to make our way down onto our backs. So holding on behind your thighs here, kind of curl under a little bit with your pelvis to engage your abdominals, and then very slowly begin to roll down. Your hands can kind of slide up your legs as you roll, kind of help you with that support. And then extend your arms, extend your legs, take a big full body stretch. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Rock a little side to side, massaging the low back. Good. And then we're going to create a tabletop with the legs. So knees are over the bony parts of the hips. Feet are flexed, and your calves should be about parallel to the ground. Hands are above the knees. I want you to try to push your knees in towards your hands, but then press away with your hands. So you're creating resistance. Scoop out the belly as you do this and try to feel your sacrum releasing down into the mat. Watch your shoulders, don't let them tense up. Keep them back and down, keep that resistance going. Feel that heat building in your belly. For 3, 2, 1. Open the knees wide. Whew, that feels good. Hang out there, and then we're going to make circles. So we're going to press the knees away, open them out, and bring them back in. You can do this with your hands for assistance and just keep it really stretchy, or you can try to just use your core to support you and move your legs. Just being aware of the low back, so if you feel your low back trying to lift up off the ground, maybe go back to using the hands. So we want to keep that belly engaged, protect the low back. For 3, 2, and 1. Good, then we're just going to go the other way. So we're going to come away, out, and in. Press away, come out, and pull back in. And then again, you can continue to use your hands for assistance, or if you want to play with doing that, just using your core strength, you're welcome to do that as well. For 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay, hugging the knees into the chest. Pause here. Good. Send your legs straight up towards the ceiling, pointing through your toes. And then you're going to take your hands behind the back of your head, elbows go wide. We're going to just start with the legs. Lower the right leg, bring it back up, lower the left. And you're just going to switch. Switch, switch. Sometimes when I point my toes, I get a cramp in my feet. So that's what just happened there. That's why I was going with my right foot. If this feels like too much of a strain on your back, you can always take your hands and put them underneath the fleshy parts of your hips. And then if you want a little more, we're going to float the head up. So shoulder blades off the ground, elbows are wide. And then option to add a twist. 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Relax. Hug the knees up towards the armpits. Maybe take a happy baby if that's available to you. Drawing the knees down towards the ground, flexing the feet. Otherwise, you can just draw the knees up to the sides of the butt. Good. Bring the knees together. Plant your feet under your knees, hip distance apart. We're going to put the elbows down into the mat for support, get our shoulder blades underneath us, and then lift the hips up about halfway. So not a full bridge, just about halfway. Okay, then from here, you're going to lift your toes up so that you're on your heels. You're going to feel your quads really energized from doing this. I'm just going to lift the hips up and down. A little bit up, a little bit down. Up and down. Up and down. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, toes down, heels up. You might have to step in a little closer just to keep that alignment. And then from here, same thing. We're going to lift up and come back down. And up and down. Imagine that you have a ball or a block or something between your thighs and you're squeezing that. Really keeping the inner thighs nice and engaged. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, lower the heels down. You're going to heel toe your feet out a little bit. So now your feet and your knees are wider than your hips. And you'll have to kind of play with that to see what works best for you. From here, we're going to draw the right hip up and then the left hip up. So we're doing a little sway and then lifting the hip. So it's right hip, left hip, right hip, left hip, right hip, left hip, right hip, left hip. And you're firming up that glute as you lift the hip. 4, 3, protect your low back by keeping your belly engaged. 2, and 1. Okay, back to neutral. Lift the heels again. This time we're going to tuck. Tuck. So the tuck is going to bring the pubic bone up towards your chest. Tuck, 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 tuck. We're going to mix those up. We're going to go right, tuck, left, neutral, right, tuck, smooth it out around. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Woo, we go the other way. The left, tuck, right, neutral, left, tuck, right, neutral, around, 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 around. For 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just lift as high as you can, little tiny pumps up, 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 up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms go behind you overhead. Slowly start to bring your spine down one vertebra at a time. Knee knock pose. Feet are wide, knees come together. Just rest. Try to get your sacrum to release down onto the mat. Hands to the belly. Big belly breath in. Opening the arms to a T. We're going to let our knees fall to the right. You can stay here, or if you want a little more, pick up your right foot and place it above your left knee, drawing that knee a little closer to the ground. You can take your gaze out over your left arm. Slowly make your way onto your back. Keep your right ankle on your left thigh, and then find a figure 4 stretch, threading the needle. Draw the left knee in towards you as you press the right knee away, flexing both feet. Breathing into that outer right hip and glute area. And release. Feet mat distance apart. Knees are going to go over to the left. Open the arms to a T. And then if you'd like a little more, place the left foot on top of the right knee, drawing that right knee a little closer to the ground. And then taking the gaze out over the right arm. Breathing. And slowly make your way onto your back, figure four. Drawing that right knee in towards you as you press the left knee away, flexing both feet. Keeping your low back on the ground. Breathing into the outer left hip and glute area. Good. Release. Rock and roll, so holding on behind the thighs. We're going to rock and roll until we come up to a seat. Good. Finding that comfortable seated position, whatever works for you. Take a couple of seated cat and cows here. Inhale, chest forward and through. Expand. Exhale, contract in. Keeping the shoulders down, really making this more about the chest opening and the abdominals contracting. A couple more here. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to take the ribcage to the right now, and then forward, to the left, and then back. So we're making a little circle all the way around, creating some space in the upper back, the shoulders, the chest. And then we'll go the other way, to the left, forward, to the right, and back. And one more. Good. Come to neutral. Inhale, both arms to the sky. Exhale, press the arms out and down. And take the left arm across. Hug it in close. Look up over the left shoulder. Try to keep the shoulder down. You either want to hug the upper arm or the lower arm, but not right on the elbow. And then elbow to the sky. Reaching for the space between the shoulder blades. Arc the chest up on that side. And switch. Right arm across. Keep that shoulder down as you look out over the shoulder. Elbow to the sky, space between the shoulder blades, lift up to the right. And release. Roll the shoulders back 3 times. One more time. Inhale the arms out and up. And exhale, reach them all the way out and down. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this was helpful. Stay tuned for more simple, short videos that you can access at any time. And also stay tuned for my live classes. I have been announcing them every week, but soon I'm going to start announcing them at the beginning of the month so that you can plan way ahead. Have a beautiful day.